Welcome or welcome back to another episode of the For the Healthy House podcast.
where we talk about conscious living, self awareness, and everything in between.
I'm your host, Ree.
Sunset Tim,
Thank you for joining us and allowing us to be a part of your journey.
I don't like you.
That's totally fine.
How you been though?
It's been a long time since we've been here, and I've been good overall. I don't know. I feel like finally getting back into my routine. Recently visited my friend in California,
Hmm.
and although the trip was amazing, it just made me grateful for it made me miss my life. It made me grateful for the life I do have, for my family and everything that I have going for me. Feeling good.
I don't know. I ain't took my trip yet, so I don't know.
Well, you will be next week. This weekend.
Yeah, by the time they hear this, yeah. No. Yeah.
But it don't matter by the time they hear it. Like right now, this
Yeah, it be
weekend.
this weekend. Yeah,
Yeah.
it will be. I'm headed out to Dallas. Anybody want to fuck with me? Hit me up.
No one wants to. I'm just
God
kidding.
damn.
I'm kidding.
Oh my
Everybody
lord.
wants to.
No, it's all right. You have already.
You
You
started
already
this
said it.
off by saying you ain't like me, so I had to get my lick back.
And I don't. You see why? You see why? Anyway,
No.
shout out to Big Zoe.
Shout out to Big
Shout
Zoe
out to Big Zoe. You got to see Big Zoe out.
and my bestie Nina.
Yeah. Shout out to Big Zoe. You got to go to the West Coast.
How are you though today?
I'm
Hold on.
good.
Zoe said you can't call her Zoe.
Zoe did say I can't call her
it's
Zoe
Zoe to
yet.
you.
Zoe.
Zoe to
Yeah,
you.
it's my fault.
Yeah. Excuse you, but
Yeah,
how are
excuse
you?
me. I've been good though. Yeah, I've been good. Water ain't been great.
How you really been?
I've been okay. I really have been. Ain't been stressing. I actually been refocusing myself as like main character, taking care of responsibilities that should have been like handled a very long time ago.
Mm.
Putting putting things in perspective very well as of late. What I should be focusing on and where my energy should go. Really just want to get back, not get back to me, but just nurture me in the right way.
Yes. You got any new music, any new sounds?
I do got an album. It be out tomorrow. So when y'all, as y'all listening to this, y'all can go to my album next.
Yes.
So yeah, my album be out tomorrow. Super cozy.
Super.
It's a collection of peaceful audio moments from
Poet.
me.
So poetic.
It's just some fly. It's a fly ass way to say it's very nice. It's very
Yeah.
wholesome.
It
Very
is.
peaceful.
I'm excited to see it live. I know you've been working on it for a really long time. So
It is. Track 2, I think, is my favorite.
I don't know the order, so I know
Yeah.
Nang Champa, if I'm saying
Yeah,
it
that's
right.
2.
Oh, okay.
That's 2. That's 2. So that's my favorite one. But that's what I've been on as of late.
Yeah, I love that for you.
I don't think you do.
I do. It's like I can still like not fuck with you right now, but I still want to see you do good. I still want to see you flourish.
Not me. Not me. I don't know if people know it, but if I ain't fucking with you, I don't want to see you flourish. I want to see you do bad, but I just want to see you do mid.
Like what Brent say, darling, I don't wish you well.
Darling, I don't wish you would if you know me. I agree with bro 100%. I think a lot of people like that just don't want to say it.
I feel like a lot of people are like that as well, but I wish everybody will. Like dead ass.
I think a lot of these motherfuckers be Trump at heart, but they try to like put on an Obama image.
Not Trump.
If you Trump at heart, just be Trump.
Yikes.
Yeah, yikes. But if that's you though, just be you.
Moving on to more.
Pressing matters. How y'all been?
How y'all?
How y'all?
Did
feeling?
y'all miss us?
It been going. I've been going almost 3 weeks. Cause the last one I think was solo.
Yeah.
Been going almost 3 weeks.
Yeah. We missed y'all. I missed y'all so much. I'm happy to be back.
Yeah, just write us. Let us know how y'all been from the cubes.
Yeah.
Update us on life. I know a lot done happened.
Facts. Even though it's only been 2 weeks, a lot can happen in
A
2
lot
weeks.
can change in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Plenty shit.
for sure.
So, with that out the way, what are we rapping about today?
Today we're speaking about the law of least effort. And if you're not new here, you've heard me mention Deepak Chopra. He's like the GOAT. He authors this book. Is that how you say it? He authors this book. He wrote this book.
He's the author of. I ain't never heard somebody say he authors.
I haven't either, but for some reason that sound right.
I've never
But
heard that.
he wrote this book called The Seven Spiritual Laws of Success. I think I read it like 5 years ago.
Wildly popular book.
Yeah.
Extremely popular.
Is it
Yeah, it's a popular
it's
book.
pretty
In the
popular.
spiritual, like
In a spiritual realm?
yeah,
That's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah, yeah.
popular book. It's
Yeah,
classic now.
but everybody I love, all my friends, like I'm always telling people to read I even made you read the book.
You did, and it was a great book.
Yeah. So one of the laws from that book is called the law of least effort. And although we're gonna like dive into what it means, the components of it, had to burp. First, I wanted to like put a little disclaimer out there because I feel like if you hear the law of least effort, that don't mean just don't do shit. That's not what that means.
Absolutely not.
Because I think I kind of almost had that confusion when I first like was reading, and it's like, what? That makes no sense because in order to manifest what it is that you want to manifest, you do have to put some work forward.
Yeah.
You do have to put some effort forward. But when I think about the law of least effort, I think about really just releasing and surrendering. Whenever I'm meditating, one of my favorite things to say to God, to the universe is, I surrender. I surrender because I think we all spend so much time trying to have our reality, our future go exactly how we want it to go. We have the need to control things. We're so attached to how we want things to turn out. And that's exactly what the law of least effort is talking about. Just detaching and surrendering. And that don't mean not doing the work. Do the work still. But surrender for what's meant to happen in your life.
It's a very bold thing to do, to surrender.
It is. It is. I think a lot of us spend a lot of time being so resistant to what's happening in our lives, you know?
I like I say, it's a very bold thing to do. It's a very vulnerable thing to do.
Absolutely.
But if you're gonna grow, you have to surrender to something.
Yeah.
You have to get into a place where you're actually safe. And I feel like that safe place is after you surrender to something.
Yeah. When you hear the law of least effort, what do you think of? Like immediately, like I guess blindly hearing that word, what do you think of when you hear it?
For me, as a artist, creator, it's just knowing where the stop sign is. Like, you're always on goal, you're always creating something, you're always pushing your creative limits. But after a certain point, you have to respect the stop sign. That's all you can do. My point is done. Like for instance, like I said, my album comes out tomorrow. I'm basically at the stop sign. There's nothing more I can really do. I post the content I have created, the songs, but outside of that, that's where we start to break the law of least effort. Like I put it out, I was vulnerable, creative, I was focused and determined, and the project is out now. If I start, DMing a thousand people every day to go listen to it and things of that nature. Now I'm kind of forcing it out there in a
Yes.
certain kind of way.
Love that you use the word force.
Yeah, force is another word.
Yes.
For far as this law is concerned, it's another one. It's kind of like the yin and the yang with surrender and force kind of
Yes.
go hand in hand. But yeah, all I can do now is like gently put it out there, and then we'll see what happens from it.
Yeah.
And if I cross that line and go past that stop sign, then I'm breaking the law of least effort.
Yeah, it reminds me of one of the most important steps of manifestation, letting go and like not worrying. You know, we put our intentions out into the world, into the universe, and we somehow still so worried about when is it going to happen?
Yeah.
What's going to happen after, XYZ. And the law of least effort just puts all of that into a perspective to me.
Yeah, and it happens to everybody.
For
Believe me.
sure, for
I posted
sure.
the first. I let out the first video for the album, and believe me, I checked it in the first 20 minutes. I probably checked it 19 times just to see what it was doing.
Yeah.
Well, it happens to everybody, but eventually, calm down. I'm off the app till later on tonight. Then I'll respond to comments or whatever it might be. But
Yeah.
it happens to the best of us. So
Yeah, especially as creatives, we put our work out and
we be tender.
and we want people to respond positively
Yeah,
to
we
it.
do.
This is our heart. This is, you know what I'm saying? We
Yeah,
put our
yeah.
life, not our life, but ourselves out there.
Yeah, life out there.
Yeah.
say a lot of things. We yes, as creators, artists, business people, whoever, you put yourself out there. It takes a lot to step outside and really stand on something. And like I said, when you tender about something, it can kind of hurt if it don't go the way you want it to be.
Facts. So before we before we
Mood.
moved, before we move into like the three components, I first want to read a small little excerpt. Do you hate when I read excerpts, like little
Nah, it
passages?
don't matter.
Okay, because I'm
And let me tell them, there's this new incense that re put me on. What is this
it's
thing
not
called?
new.
It's new to me. I've never heard of it.
Nag Champa. I think I'm
How you
saying
say it?
it's
Nang?
maybe Nag Champa, or Nag Champa.
It's a beautiful, it's a beautiful aroma. It's a beautiful mood setting incense.
We got one lit up. What I said earlier, Boosie be like, what Boosie say?
Light up that
Light up,
blunt.
light up that motherfucking blunt. But it's like, nah, light up that motherfucking incense.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought lavender was king. No, no, I don't know shit.
Lavender is pretty good though.
It's straight, but not it ain't nothing like this though. This is vibe.
I tried to told you.
Try to tell me. You
Told
try
you.
to tell me.
But you love it though?
I do.
Okay. Cause I do too. When I first lit it, you was like, damn, that shit's strong. I was like,
It is strong as hell though.
It is, but it's so powerful. I'm literally at a place of peace.
Go get y'all a pack.
Go get y'all. You can literally find it anywhere.
Light it up. While
Most
you
of them
listen to
probably,
this.
yes. Most
That'll
of them
hit you.
probably have heard of it though. Okay, so this is an excerpt. I need to stop saying words I barely can pronounce. This is a passage.
This is a page.
This is a
This
page
is a page.
from the Seven Spiritual Laws of Success, page 53. You will see. Why can't I read
Want
today?
me to read it?
Yes.
If you now this shit is on me now, fucking with you. If you observe nature at work, you will see the least effort is expended.
Yes.
Grass does not try to grow, it just grows. Fish do not
Speak.
try to swim, they just swim.
Period.
Flowers do not try to bloom, they bloom. Birds do not try to fly, they fly. This is their, I don't know that word.
Intrinsic.
Intrinsic nature. I got some intrinsic nature about me. That's a nice word. The earth does not try to spin on its own axis. It is the nature of the earth to spin with dizzying,
Yeah, that's the word.
dizzying speed and to hurtle through space.
Facts.
It is the nature of babies to be in bliss. It is the nature of the sun to shine. It is the nature of the stars to glitter and sparkle.
Mm.
And it is human nature to make our dreams manifest into physical form easily and effortlessly.
Yes. That last part again, it is human nature to make our dreams manifest into physical form easily and effortlessly. I think somewhere back in my brain, I feel like manifesting the things that we want is hard. Takes
Yeah.
a lot of effort,
Yeah, a lot of pain. I think
a lot of pain.
a lot of pain. I think in life we have been taught, whether it be through family, society, through television, that there must be a period of pain before you get to the blissfulness, right?
Mm-hmm.
It has to go that way, or you didn't deserve it if you didn't go through no pain, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
And I can tell that I'm hella conditioned to believe that
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
as I'm hearing you saying it, I'm like, well,
It makes
don't
sense.
it?
Don't it?
Well,
Like,
don't it? Don't you gotta go through
they
pain?
try to make it seem like, for example, like getting rich is better when you come from nothing.
Yeah.
Like you ain't had nothing, or you went through all the pain, and now you got the bag. It feels so much.
Yeah.
But if your parents had a bag, and then you created a bigger bag from that, it ain't viewed the same for some reason.
Right.
Because that excerpt of pain isn't there. But why
Yeah.
do we want to condition each other to pain for reward?
I don't know.
It is a toxic. It really is a toxic trait of society
Facts.
to want pain before you succeed.
Yeah.
You're gonna go through all this. You gonna go through the jungle. You're gonna be in the rain. Damn, if I gotta go through the jungle, can I be with a tour guide at least?
You feel me?
And I gotta go through the rain, can I bring a fucking umbrella?
You feel
Like
me?
it ain't gotta be as bad as they say. We don't need pain to grow.
Nah, like you deserve all good things. It's like no strings attached. You don't have to have went through pain. Not saying you won't go through
No, I'm saying
the
you
shit
won't,
because life
but it
happens.
ain't required though.
But it's not a requirement. It's not a prereq. You know.
You don't have to. If you surrender, you don't have to go through much pain.
Surrender. When you say that word, it just be like I feel it
Stop
all in
it.
my body.
One thing I do know, I feel like pain or struggle is like the crossroads of force and lack. It's where those two things kind of meet at. You're trying to
Yes.
force something, but you lack something. So now you're in pain. You're at this immediate struggle because you don't have what you need to get to the next level. So you believe.
Yes.
But a lot of times, when the light is off, we should just plan and be calm. And when the light comes back on, then we go into action.
Facts.
But too many times we're caught between those crossroads and not knowing what to do, and we're stressed. That's where stress lives.
And anxiety,
Where you want
yes.
to make something happen, but you don't have the tools to make that happen.
But the thing is, you always got the tools to make shit happen.
You usually do.
You
But
always got the
I guess
tools.
maybe you want it a certain way.
That's resistance. That's
Exactly. That's what I
force.
said. That's the
Yeah.
role we talking about.
Yeah.
That's where it happens at. When you're trying to get to a certain level, when you don't have the things you think you need
The
to
things
get
you
there,
think you
and you're not
need.
surrendering to what you have.
Facts.
So a lot of times we'll bring ourselves a lot of peace if we just surrender to what we do have and go along with what the universe is giving us.
Absolutely. That was beautifully said. I really like, as you were saying, and I was trying to like process it. I know when you be saying some shit, because sometimes it don't always like process. I feel like I process things slower than the average human being. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
You do. We have
I
you
do.
do. You do process shit slower. Like not just like not like oh no.
Sentences or
No,
conversations.
I'm just talking about your emotions for the most part. Like you process them slow. If we you don't pop up with an emotion at a random time. It'd be like 4 hours later, and you be like, and yeah, when you say, I'm like, bro, what you talking about? We way past that. Like we went way like you talking about a conversation from breakfast. We had dinner. Like you just now really processing how you feel about it.
Would you rather me process as long as I need to process rather than react and say some shit I don't
You gonna
mean?
automatically react anyways. Then you gonna process. Like it always come like
I don't
regardless.
be reacting.
Yeah, you do.
Well, how I be reacting? I don't be reacting. Let's move on because you done made me mad. I guess that was a
There you go, right there. That's
reaction.
what I'm saying. Like you be trying to show these people that you like. If we talking Destiny Child, you be trying to like these people think you Michelle, like the angel of the group. You really Sasha Fierce.
I never wanted to be Michelle.
Then why are you putting on this front? Why?
I'm not putting on the front.
Our neighbors getting down arguing outside.
I don't know
I
if
don't
they
know.
arguing or having a adult
An
conversation.
intense
It
conversation.
don't sound like arguing
Well,
though.
I'm sorry. In the summertime, you stand out in the heat and talk to somebody for that long.
It's
It's an
intense.
intense
It's pretty
conversation because you didn't
intense.
invite them in your house.
Especially where we live at. It be hot
It's
and
hot as hell.
humid.
So if you talk to
So
somebody outside in the heat, and that mean you didn't want them in their house. It's a conversation that y'all didn't. It's something.
yeah. So now that we got all of the house cleaning out the way when it comes to the law of least effort, just clarified a few things. We can now move on to the three important components when we are talking about the law of least effort.
Yes, and number one is
Acceptance.
yes.
Acceptance. And this goes back to us as human beings wanting things to look a certain way in our life, wanting things to be a certain way. And because to me, the opposite of acceptance is resistance.
Mm-hmm.
So we resist a lot of what is going on. But when you accept, AKA surrender to your life, your situation, so many amazing things happen. I feel like I've said that before, but for real, so many amazing things happen. So many things manifest right in front of you.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times we have to breathe and take a moment to ourselves to actually accept things. Because ultimately, when we get a problem, the thinker, our brain gets to going immediately to solutions, and we don't even sit back and think that do I need to pause and just accept what has come in front of me,
Right.
like what this person did to me or whatever situation it is. Do I need to just accept this as is and let it go? Do I even need to think of a problem solving solution right now?
Yeah.
Acceptance is so easy. Acceptance is almost as easy as picking dinner. That's a great thing for it. But you see how hard picking dinner is?
Picking dinner is hard.
Exactly. Acceptance is just like that. It could be easy as 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna go here and eat this. But you know how long people ponder on what they having for dinner?
Yeah.
Like
Agreed.
it takes longer to figure out what you're gonna eat than to actually order it or cook it and eat
Because I feel like I would, and I think this could go with what you're saying too. Because I mean, you're talking about dinner. That's the
it.
what do
Yeah,
you call it? What is it called?
parable.
The parable that you're using. But I feel like with dinner, I could literally eat the same things over and over
It
again.
did, and that's fine.
But
Accept
I
it.
overthink it.
You overthink like, oh, if I had that too much, or accept it. Like that's what you like to eat. But acceptance is as easy as picking a meal, which is as difficult as a thing as you give yourself all the time. Like it goes on for hours and hours on end. Sometimes you got hungry at 6, you didn't decide what you wanted to eat to seven
Slim,
15, 7:30.
slim.
You
How
know what
you
I'm saying?
said it?
7:30 or whatever
Yeah,
it
I
is.
feel that though.
But acceptance can be easy. Don't make it difficult.
Yeah. When I think of acceptance and just, I guess, making decisions in life in general, one phrase I feel like we all ask ourselves, what if?
Mm-hmm.
What if I did, even like going back to our past?
Yeah.
What if I did this? My life would have been different. What if I, went to college? What if I did this, what I'm doing now sooner? My life would be so much different. But the thing about it, and this aligns with acceptance so much, the universe don't miss.
Mm-mm.
Even when you felt like the universe missed, she did not miss.
Nah.
The universe has a natural cycle, a natural way of doing things. Everything is happening as it should happen, as it is supposed to happen. So if you're ever in a space where you feel like I should have did X, Y, Z, no,
Mm-hmm.
you are exactly where you need to be. The universe don't miss. She know what the fuck she doing. She know what the fuck she brewing up there.
Yeah. Often we can't smell what she cooking from down here though.
And that kills us because we
It
don't
do.
know.
It does.
It
We
kills
don't know what
us.
ingredients she adding because this is our life that ultimately they cooking up. We don't know what. It may be a misfortune to us, but we don't know how that ingredient is gonna play out. You know what I mean? 5 years from now,
Yeah.
a year from now. Sometimes things have to simmer for the taste to
Yes.
come all the way through. So events in your
Yes.
life sometimes have to be in that same fashion.
All of them. Even the shit that you feel like
Was the worst.
was the worst shit possible. Every single thing that happened in my life, your life,
Our life,
everyone's
literally.
lives led up to this exact moment. It led
Yeah.
up to me and you doing this podcast. It led up to our audience, our community listening to this podcast.
Yeah. You never know. I said you never know what is you never know what situation is going to bring a blessing with your life. Maya Angelou. Is it Lou or Low?
I think it's Lou. I
Queen
say
Queen
low.
know what I mean. She know what I mean.
Queen
But
Maya.
I've read I know why the cage bird sings, and Maya Angelou was raped. It's a it's a well known thing. It's in her book. And she didn't speak for like a long period of time. She just didn't talk.
Like literally did not talk.
Nothing. And she read the entire time. And that right there kind of shaped her into like the artist that she ended up becoming, this beautiful creator that she ended up becoming.
Yeah.
Something tragic can, like I said, be an ingredient that we just didn't know was coming.
Right.
And it happens all the time. But like I said, when we let the thinker run rampant about, oh, I could have did this in the past. If I just knew this back then. I said to myself so many times, if I knew what I knew
I
now back then,
know.
oh my God.
I know.
Oh shit, life would be so crazy. I might be in the fifth for here doing this
Fish be
podcast
here.
in the for here. Ain't no telling where I would have been if I could put this mind 5 years ago.
Maybe you in the fish be here now though. We don't even know what the fish be here look like.
I mean, it probably.
But this what it is.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but I said the thinker will trap you in the believing that you can't accept where you are right now. You can't be comfortable. That you have to do more. Like I said, it's a toxic mindset that we often feed ourselves. And as a society, we've been feeding off it for a very long time that pain is the key to success.
Yeah. Acceptance is such a beautiful thing. And like I said a few moments ago, the opposite of acceptance is resistance.
Mm-hmm.
And when you are resistant to your life, to a situation, you'll find yourself trying to control everything.
Yeah.
But what you'll find is the very thing that you were trying to control is controlling you, controlling your actions, like how you moving in this world.
Mm-hmm.
So the most important thing you can do, like the most important step in the law of least effort, is accepting and letting go.
Yeah, when everything has a natural flow. If it's done with love, purity, and purpose, it'll
Facts.
naturally flow.
Say that shit again, bro.
Like it'll naturally flow. We've never seen the grass. The grass outside don't got a paid Instagram post saying, yo, water me. I'm trying to reach 100K
Damn.
this week. I'm trying to reach
Bro, that's
100K. I'm
funny.
trying to reach 100K. I'm trying to reach, you know what I'm saying? Like trees don't be like, I'm trying to reach 40 branches by the end of this week. Share this post. Like
Yeah.
they naturally just flow and they fed by the universe. Tree ain't got no job to go get new soil, new fertilizer. He ain't got no job, but somehow the universe feed the nigga every day.
Yeah. It's like what you said. Like, if it's done with love and you're not trying to control people or, you know, retain power, if you're not feeding the ego, because that's essentially what all of those
Yeah,
things
yeah.
are. If you what you're trying to do is ultimately not feed the ego and have some kind of like for personal gain. You know what I'm saying?
hmm And like I said, acceptance is everything. I think we need to start accepting people too, as they show them. I learned that this week.
Yeah.
That was a big thing in my life this week is like to accept what people are giving you and showing you.
Yeah.
The whole saying is like somebody shows you who they are, believe me, like sometimes you don't, it's very difficult to say like, you don't never lose the hope in somebody and whatnot, but you do have to accept this is the stage they are in life right now. And if it ain't cohesive to what I'm trying to do, then I have to take some type of step back or some pause.
Absolutely. And then you have to accept the fact that no matter how bad you want something for somebody, they gotta want that shit for themselves.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, you can help as much as you can and you can be compassionate as much as you can, but that's their journey. I had
absolutely.
to learn that with my mom.
Yeah, it's like it's the only way you can really be comfortable.
Facts.
So moving on to our second step, which is
Responsibility. And again, these all go hand in hand. Like, you literally have to first accept, and then once you have accepted your situation, you then assume responsibility
mm-hmm,
for said situation. And something that Deepak said, I'm gonna read it from my phone because I want to say it verbatim. But when you have accepted the circumstance, event, or problem, responsibility then means the ability to have a creative response to the situation as it is now. You see what he did there? I like that.
yeah, that was fire.
Yeah, yeah. So I know it may not seem like it when shit be popping off, but I've learned this even in my life. Every experience, every trauma, every struggle that I've encountered is an opportunity. There's so much opportunity in, and I feel like this is kind of contradictory to what the first one or something we said in the beginning, because we talked about not having to go through pain, but at the end of the day, like, life happens.
Yeah, no, not forceful pain. That's all it is. Like pain, I'm not gonna tell you it's gonna happen to you, but more than likely every human is gonna run into some pain. No matter how good a parenting system you had around you, support system, you're gonna run into some pain. But you don't have to self-inflict though. That is something
Yeah.
you do not actually have to do.
And pain is part of the human experience. And
hmm
I mean, like heartbreak, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. It's like certain things you just can't control, like a parent passing or something like that. You can't. Your
Right.
parents won't live forever. I mean, things like that. So pain is going to happen. But again, we don't have to self inflict though.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you ain't got to go looking for pain. Believe me, when pain want to find you, it don't need a number, address, or your handle on thread.
Not threads.
Yeah, not threads. I can't handle threads yet. It's too much for me.
I can't handle threads because, first of all, I'm not even on Twitter.
No, I'm
And
not.
that's just too much for me to consume. And I just don't have nothing to say.
It be too many words on one screen for me. A lot of times, it's I don't
It's
know. It
too
just feel like a lot of
much.
people talking at once.
It does. And how much be going on in my head, I can't. I don't have the space.
No, I'm okay. But threads it looks pretty cool
It's
for everybody
cute.
that's on
It's
there. Like
cute. And I
I just
love that for
I
y'all.
just don't think it's for me. But again, when pain want to find you, it don't need your thread name, TikTok name. Pain gonna find you. And I mean,
Yeah,
any time of the day too.
absolutely.
Fucking so you don't have to go out there causing yourself pain. It'll find you.
Yeah.
And I feel like whenever we are at pain or in a situation that's just stressful or bad, you really like you're at a point where there you have not taken responsibility. There's been a lack of concern, and there's a lack of hope. I think when you got them three things in check, you can really handle just about every situation. When you have took responsibility, when you are showing it concern, giving it actual attention, not pushing it to the side, and you actually have hope that it'll get better, you'll find yourself in a much more cozy spot, somewhere super cozy.
Facts. And just going back, thinking about responsibility, I feel that a lot of us, myself included, I've been here, blame others for our current circumstances.
Yeah.
We blame sometimes even ourselves
Mm-hmm.
for our current circumstance. But I feel like taking responsibility is realizing that nobody is to blame.
Yeah. No,
Not
nobody is.
yourself. Like nobody is.
No, neither one of us were born in families with like a lot of money. So off top in life, one of our goals was to get to a comfortable financial state for our family. And if a lot of times in life, that's where a lot of people like place blame on others. The generation before them, mom, dad, grandparents, um, systematic racism for a lot of people. It's a whole lot of fingers you can point
Yeah,
to.
you could.
It's a whole lot. I mean, and some of them are facts. It's not. It's
Yeah.
not to say that they're not real. That your point is not real. But at the end of the day, if there's gonna be any change, there's gonna
You
be
gotta assume.
acceptance, and
Yes.
then there's gonna be assuming the responsibility. And
Yes.
I have, I'm at that point. Like I don't blame my mom for not getting rich at a
Yeah.
certain age, or her mom, or my dad or his dad. I don't blame them.
Yeah.
I'm not here to blame the United States government. Fuck them though.
Because it's like, yeah, fuck them for sure.
But
Because it's like, what does that
it ain't gonna
do? There's
change
no
my account.
solutions in
Yeah,
that.
it ain't gonna
Because
change nothing.
I could sit here and blame people all day long.
Yeah, facts.
But even like in blame myself, but what is
Me too.
that?
Yeah,
What does that get us? You
nothing.
still exactly where you were.
And you got to accept it. Some of these things we have to accept are like lifelong battles, and for me, accepting the time period now has been a comfortable thing for me.
What do you mean by that?
Meaning, like I said, my first example was like we weren't born financially like stable. I accept that to get to a financial stable point for me and my family, it's going to take time. That's the one thing I had to
Oh,
accept was
facts.
time.
Yeah.
Accept that it's gonna take some time. I'm not gonna wake up, like I said, with this get rich scheme and it happens so fast. It's because I'm passionate about it.
Yeah.
I've been passionate about taking care of my daughters, like duh. I've been passionate about taking care of you. Like
Yeah.
duh. Like everybody wanna take care of themselves and their family. Like it's simple. Duh, everybody do. But you have to accept that it's gonna take time for everything. Time to
Yeah.
heal. Me and you talked about this over the weekend. Time to learn how to love
Yes.
ourselves or our partner, and then just in general learn what love is. Like as we go through this life, but we have to accept and take responsibility that this shit is gonna be a longer road than you probably want it to be.
Yeah. But assuming that responsibility is a form of surrendering and seeing the opportunity, because once you've assumed the responsibility and there's somebody to blame, it was like, well, shit. Now it's the ball is in my
Yeah, it
court.
feel like all the doors just opened up.
Yeah, like it's shit I gotta
Like I
do.
can do whatever the fuck I want now. Like
Yes.
anything.
Like literally. Damn,
Facts.
that's so crazy that you say that, because I think in our brains we think that, I don't know, I'm trying to find an example, but
Like
we
with
think it's shit we can't
yeah,
do.
it's like all the doors shut and I only got this one to walk through now once I've set responsibilities. But if you think about it, all options are on the table once you accept responsibility. Like I
Yeah.
accept responsibility to get my family to a comfortable financial state. All the
Yes.
doors are open. I can do what the fuck I want to do to get there.
When you realize like you could have been doing what the fuck you wanted to this whole time,
That's crazy. That's a crazy point.
that's crazy.
Versus like, let's say a kid was born into a family that's financially cozy, but it's like the family business is selling cars, and he hates it. But ultimately, he could ultimately seem like he has this one door to go through. Like he gotta sell cars. Daddy's
Yeah.
leaving the business to him. He
Yeah.
has to do it. You know what I'm saying it. Just because you there don't mean it's gonna be cozy. It's also like the mindset you have of accepting and knowing what's there for you.
Yeah. I know I could count on you for an example, but you're right.
Just accepting, man. It's a big thing. I know we on two, which is responsibility, but accepting and
But
it,
still
it
they
all
all like
it all
align
flows.
and
So
flows.
like
Yeah.
accepting is like on a hot summer day, you get an ice cold drink from somebody. That shit is refreshing. It's bliss in that summer heat. When you don't and you come from a place of lack, they can give you that same drink on that same hot ass day. And you stressing in your mind about damn bro, when the next one gonna come through. and the cup fucking around turning to flames before you get to take a sip.
Yeah.
Cause you out here worried about shit.
Yes.
Accept where you are, man. Take that sip and be cozy for right now. Hell, the
Yeah.
universe ain't drop you off here to leave you.
At all. She always right here beside you. Before we move on to our next component, our next step, just remember that there's a hidden meaning in every single thing that you're experiencing.
And you ain't gotta find it forcefully.
You don't have to just be, literally just be.
Just be. And it'll like, it may be a year later that it kind of hits you like, damn, that's what it really was. Like,
Yeah.
and shit it's very blissful, that moment is.
Yeah, but it definitely is. But there's a hidden meaning in everything you're experiencing, and it's contributing to your evolution.
Yes, to your sauce.
Yes, just remember to take responsibility and surrender and see the opportunity in every single thing that you're experiencing.
Yes. Sit there and cook up. Just simmer some.
Yeah.
Coming into our very last step, which is
Defenselessness.
mm,
Defenselessness. That's a tongue twister.
it is, but it's a word I've never really heard used. But as I've heard you say it for the first time, it feels so opening
Yeah.
and free. When I think of defenselessness, me as an artist is like I no longer defend am I a good artist. I no longer defend the fact am I a good rapper? Can I actually do it? I no longer defend it. If you don't like it, then you don't like it. And if you do, I'm great to have you aboard.
I
But
feel that.
I'm no longer defending myself, my love, my reputation, my actions. I'm defenseless out here. Whatever you feel like you want to take away from what I'm doing, that's perfectly fine with me. I'm not finna stress about how you feel about things about me.
I love that. That's literally what it means in the human experience. Every single one of us, we spend a lot of time trying to defend our point of view,
Yeah.
be understood, be seen. It takes up so much energy.
So much time.
So much energy. And once you have come to a place where, like you just said, like I don't give a fuck if you understand me. I don't feel the need to defend my point of view. So much energy is freed up now. And you can put that energy into other places.
Yes, and it's the most peaceful version of like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's not this new age, I don't give a fuck about anything, I don't care about anything.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily that. It's just that I know what I should be concerning myself with, and it's not your thoughts.
Yes.
That's definitely not one of the things I should be concerning myself with.
It reminds me of the thoughts and opinions, and I forgot the other, but basically the thoughts, opinions of others is none of my business.
It's not. I can't control it. So I'm not here to be on guard at all time. I'm actually here
Yeah.
to be vulnerable and let you know, let you in if you want to be in.
Yeah, and if not, that's okay.
Yes, and I know I'm saying be defensive, but I know there's parts of me that I do gotta like offense around. But
Yeah, for sure.
but that's for protective purposes only.
Yeah, and just because I've said this before, just because we talk about a certain thing doesn't mean we've completely mastered it.
Yeah.
All of these things I'm currently working on. I'm currently trying to perfect. I don't like the word perfect, but I'm trying to make it a part of my life.
Yeah.
And defenselessness is definitely, I feel like, a big one for me.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing. Now that I know this word, it's gonna linger with me for a while now. Cause like I said, I don't. When you do try to defend something, it's like you're trying to force a narrative.
Defend, yeah, for sure.
Like you're trying to force a narrative onto somebody, force an action onto somebody, and ultimately we can't. Force is needed in life. It is, but force is only for you. It's not for you to put out onto other people. You can force yourself to go to the gym. You can force yourself to read a book. You can force yourself into meditating. You can force you into doing things. You just can't force the universe or other people into things. And that's our problem with force. We can't force time. We can't force when it's going to come. But I can force myself into activities and habits that are better for me.
And the thing about that, because it is a form of force in a sense, but not really, is more so discipline as far as like doing things for yourself, like going to the gym and meditation. And after a while, in the beginning when you're trying to implement these new habits into your life, it will feel like force.
Yeah, it will.
But it's discipline. And after a while, it'll just be a natural part of who you are.
Yeah. And the force is not force is only a dark thing when you push it on to other people. Force is like it's a positive thing when you do it to yourself though. When you force, like, for instance, I didn't want to get up today. I kind of let you sleep in,
I
so,
definitely slept
but I
in.
was like, no, one of us has to be up. So I forced myself to get up. I
Okay.
wanted to stay in a little longer. I forced myself to get up. You know what I mean? It's force is a positive thing. I think we think about it in like a dark matter, Star Wars type thing. You know what I mean? With the force. I think that Star Wars that says let the force be with you or some shit like
My
that.
papa used to watch Star Wars, but I don't know. I feel like that's Star
I feel like
Wars.
that's close to Star Wars. Either Star Trek or Star Wars. One of them
Maybe
two
it's Star
niggas.
Trek. I don't know. I just feel like being in the wellness community or the spiritual community. You know, we talk about the word condition a lot, but being in this community, when I hear certain words, I'm conditioned to feel a certain way
Yeah.
to a particular phrase or a particular word. So I think that's what it, like my resistance to the word force, because the way you explained it is very beautiful, very logical, like it makes sense to me. But because of everything that I've relearned about that word, it makes me like feel a little resistant about hearing that particular word, you know?
Yeah, yeah, but that's why we here to debunk a lot of a
Absolutely.
lot of things that's going on in the spiritual realm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but going back to defenselessness, when you are defensive and you are blaming others for yourself and others for a lot of for your situation, your life will meet
for
resistance.
sure.
And when you are resistant, you start forcing shit. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's where force the negative type of force begins to come in.
Yeah, try to force your narrative, force them to see it your way, and
Yeah.
man, people usually not gonna see it your way. It's only your eyes.
Regardless. Something that I've heard recently, people only understand as far as their perception will allow them to.
Absolutely, and
Yeah.
if you further along than that person, they just not gonna see it like you do.
And you know what? Regardless, no one's ever gonna see shit how
No,
you see shit. Like we we've been together for a long time. And that's because we see each other. That's because our values align and we've grown together. But at the end of the day, I'm never going to see shit exactly how you see shit. You're
no.
never going to see something exactly how I see something because you're not me. I'm not you.
Yeah, I tell you all the time, it blow my mind that, like, of course, my life is my life. I'm in my own head, of my own spirit. But
Yeah.
we live this life together. But like, I can only control me. But it just seems it's just a funny thing to think about. I'm with you every day. It would not, but you my supporting
Guess.
cast, and I'm yours. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just funny to think about that all these lives going on, and you still only controlling yours, only seeing yours. The
Yeah.
universe is it's a big, beautiful place when you think about it.
For sure. But y'all just surrender. Don't force shit. Don't try to get people to see your point of view. And something that I feel like I don't know what's happening to me. I don't know because I feel like I was always so defensive, and I think that came from whenever I was in middle school. I switched schools. We had this conversation
Yeah.
sort of the other day. I switched schools to a school that was much rougher than a school that I was at, and I feel like I had. That's where I kind of started to get a little bit feisty. Like I started to get a little bit harder because I had to defend
Yeah,
myself.
it's a defense mechanism. It's like you're
Yes.
protecting yourself.
Yes. And so from that point, that never really left me. I was always so defensive.
Yeah.
And I think also growing up with the mother that I grew up with too, that came from that as well.
Hmm.
But when you let go of trying to defend your point of view and just not giving a fuck who sees you, who understands you, long as you see you, long as you understand you, because nobody's gonna understand you. I'm not gonna say nobody, but nobody gonna see you. Although few may understand or see the vision, nobody gonna see that shit like you see
Yeah.
it. Period. So just surrender and
And accept.
release.
Yes, and accept people and situations for what they are.
Yeah.
And once you do that, then the door is open. You got the creativity, the focus, and the know how to get this shit done.
It's all right in front of you, even when you think it's out of reach. It's right in front of you.
It is.
It's literally in front of you.
And I know it ain't how you want it to be. And you may not have this, you want that, but
It's
you
how it's supposed to be
it is
though.
how it's supposed to be. Start with what you have and it'll grow.
Cause my girl, the universe, she don't ever fucking miss.
Never. If you want to further your
Yes.
knowledge into any of this, go pick a copy up of the
Yeah, the seven
Seven
spiritual
Spiritual
laws
Laws
of
of Success.
success by Deepak Chopra. Now we said it in
I
unison.
thought you was gonna stop when I started it.
No.
I see that.
Yeah, I highly recommend this book, y'all. There are other laws that we all love. They've heard us talk about Dharma. Remember the
Yeah,
other
yeah,
week?
yeah. I didn't know what that was. Yeah,
Yeah. You
even though
read
I
that
read,
book. I'm so
yeah, yeah.
confused.
But see, it was like it didn't register with me when you said it. I knew it was from that book, but I had completely forgot. The one
Yeah.
takeaway I took from that book was the law of least effort was one of my favorite ones.
Yes.
But
Pick up a copy,
pick up
bro.
a
Go to
copy
the
of that
library.
wherever you can get it
Thrift
from.
books.
That is a very good place. If you don't read, get that Audible, whatever
Yes.
it might be. You know what I mean? That's a really good place to start.
Yes, for sure, for sure. Because although we covered it from our point of view,
Yeah.
it's definitely worth a listen, a read, whatever it is that you do with books.
Hmm.
But on that note, do you just say on that note or do I?
Don't matter.
On that note, thank you so much for being here with us, spending time with us. It literally means the world to us. We're sending you so much peace, so much, I want to say so much least effort, but it don't really go. So much peace, so much abundance, and everything you need in this moment. Bye. Mwah.
Peace.